Hi, my name is Jeet. I'm a graduate of Teachers College, and I graduated in the spring of 2014. The name of my company is Behold.ai. We use artificial intelligence to help clinicians, mostly doctors, make better decisions in their medical practices. The inspiration of our company kind of came about a few years ago. In 2006, my mother was false negative for breast cancer. Fortunately, she got treatment and she's doing well today, but it brought to light the problem that, especially in lots of places in the United States, especially rural cities, that the people living there might not have the same access to the quality health care that you can get in bigger cities. So by leveraging software tools, we can actually help fill in that gap. So using some of the technology that Facebook uses for facial recognition, we can actually help find things such as lesions and abnormalities within images in CAT scans and MRIs and ultrasounds. So what we can really do is help provide doctors with a lot of analytical tools to help them make better decisions and help them make decisions more quickly. So my co-founder actually worked at Facebook, and using very similar technology to a lot of these object recognition algorithms, we can, Facebook uses it for finding faces. There's different use cases through different mobile apps to find shoes or find the names of buildings. We're using the same thing from the medical imaging space. On this journey for our company, Columbia has provided a lot of resources. Even starting the company itself, my co-founder and I were actually both grad students at Columbia, so we met at International House, which is the dorm that we both lived in. Beyond that, we actually started the company, got into Columbia Startup Lab, went through AlmaWorks, which is a student-run accelerator, which really helped us jumpstart our company and work on our pitch deck and product market fit until we actually got into another accelerator. And then since then, provided us more space as well as resources to help us build out our company. Yeah, I think a lot of this kind of came from the fact that, so when I was attending Columbia, I was involved in things such as hackathons and a lot of activities on campus, and I think that kind of spirit of entrepreneurship and excitement, as well as a lot of talent across a bunch of different fields and sectors, really helped bring this idea to life. So I found a lot of those resources and events very valuable in where we ended up today. My best Columbia experience, honestly, I think for me, it was probably where I lived at International House. Just because, there were so many different Columbia students from all of these different graduate schools at Columbia. So SEPA, law, business, Cs, GSAS. So I think for me, it was that very kind of holistic view of understanding what a lot of people studied. And then kind of seeing how that related to what I was doing and how there was a lot of intersectionality between all these different fields. One of the hardest things I think, or the hardest thing I think when it comes to startups is that it's a very nonlinear, and the causality of a lot of actions you take is not very clear. There's times when you can work extremely hard and you can get nothing out of something, which is a lot different than, let's say, school, which has a more immediate outcome that's more obvious. Inversely, there's times when we might not work as hard on certain things and great things can come of it. And it's all just kind of that really random stochastic process. So I think getting used to that is very different than the school atmosphere, but it's been very rewarding and we've learned a lot.